Welcome back to the Breathe Blueprint podcast. This podcast is for high performers, leaders, and entrepreneurs who carry a lot of responsibility and want their success to last. Here, we talk about performance, pressure, capacity, and the nervous system behind it all. Not in a dramatic burnout and breakdown way, but in a calm, intelligent, sustainable way. Because real performance isn't about pushing harder, it's about building the internal capacity that allows you to keep going without burning out. Most high performers do not think their nervous system is exhausted. They think they are just busy, or stressed, or in a demanding season, or building something big. They assume what they are feeling is normal for the level they are operating at. But there is a difference between being busy and being neurologically overloaded. And if you do not understand that difference, you can spend months, sometimes years, pushing through a level of exhaustion that slowly erodes your performance, your clarity, and your enjoyment of life. When your nervous system is exhausted, it does not always look dramatic. You still get up, you still work, you still train, you still show up for people. From the outside, everything can look completely fine, but internally, something feels off. You might feel wired but tired, restless but unmotivated, productive but flat, capable but not enjoying any of it. Your nervous system is the operating system behind everything that you do. Your focus, your patience, your decision making, your emotional regulation, your energy levels, your sleep, your resilience, and most high performers treat it like it has no limits. They upgrade their business, they upgrade their routines, they upgrade their goals, but they never upgrade their recovery. Over time, the nervous system becomes overstimulated and under-recovered. That is when exhaustion sets in. And not the kind that a good night's sleep fixes. The kind that sits deeper. So how do you know if your nervous system is exhausted? There are some very specific signs. And the first is that you cannot properly switch off. You finish work, you sit down, and you try to relax. But your mind is still scanning, still thinking, still planning, still replaying conversations, and still anticipating tomorrow. Even when you have time to rest, you cannot fully access it. The second sign is that your tolerance window shrinks. Things that would not normally bother you start to irritate you. Small inconveniences feel disproportionately stressful. Noise feels louder, demands feel heavier, people feel more draining, and you are not becoming less capable. Your nervous system just has less spare capacity. And the third sign is disrupted sleep. You might fall asleep easily because you're exhausted, but you wake up in the middle of the night, or you wake up early with a busy mind, or you sleep for 8 hours and still feel tired. That is because your system is not fully down-regulating. It stays slightly on alert. The fourth sign is emotional flatness. This one surprises people. They expect burnout or exhaustion to feel emotional, but often it feels neutral. You're not deeply sad, you're not deeply excited, you are just slightly disconnected. Achievements feel less satisfying, downtime feels less enjoyable, and everything feels a bit muted. This is what nervous system fatigue does. It dulls both stress and joy. Another sign is that you feel constantly on, even in safe environments, even at home, even around people that you trust. Your body does not fully relax. Your shoulders stay slightly tense. Your breathing stays slightly shallow. Your mind stays slightly alert. And this is not a mindset problem. It is a physiological state. Your system has been in output mode for too long without enough genuine recovery. And here is the important part. Most high performers do not notice this until it has been happening for a long time, because they are used to operating at a high level of stimulation, deadlines, responsibility, decision-making, leadership, training, family life. All of it requires energy, but very few people are taught how to bring their system back down again. We are taught how to push, not how to recover. We are taught how to achieve, not how to regulate. We are taught how to build, not how to sustain. So the nervous system just keeps going until it starts sending signals: irritability, sleep disruption, low-grade anxiety, reduced patience, brain fog, low motivation. None of these feel dramatic enough to stop, so you keep going. Before we carry on, let's take a brief breathe break. Nothing dramatic, nothing to fix, just a small pause to let your system settle. If you can, sit back slightly in your seat. Let your shoulders drop, unclench your jaw, and let your tongue rest at the bottom of your mouth. Gently bring your attention to your breathing. No need to change it yet, just notice it. Notice the air moving in and the air moving out. Now, begin to slow the exhale just a little. Not forcing it, just allowing the breath out to be slightly longer than the breath in. In through the nose, and a slow breath out. Longer exhales signal safety to the nervous system. They help the body shift out of a constant alert and into a more regulated state. So let's take 3 breaths like that. Breathing in and slowly out. Again in and out. A little longer. And one more time in and a slow, steady exhale. Now let your breathing return to normal. Gently notice your body. Notice the 3 points of contact. Your feet on the floor, your back against the chair, and your hands resting somewhere. This is what a small increase in capacity can feel like. Not dramatic, just a little space, a little less internal pressure. You haven't fixed everything. You haven't solved your workload, but you've just shown your nervous system that it doesn't have to stay switched on at full volume all the time. And even small moments like this, repeated regularly, help protect the capacity that your performance depends on. Alright, let's continue. If you are listening to this and recognising yourself, this is not about panic, it is about awareness. An exhausted nervous system is not a failure, it is feedback. It means you have been operating at a high level for a long time. It means you have been carrying responsibility. It means you have been showing up consistently. But it also means recovery has not been matching output. Recovery is not just sleep. It is moments in your day where your system genuinely feels safe enough to switch off. That might be walking without your phone. It might be training without pressure. It could be laughing with people that you trust, sitting outside in the quiet, doing something slowly. Recovery is not collapse on the sofa while scrolling. That is distraction, not regulation. Your nervous system resets through breath, movement, stillness, and connection, and genuine mental off switches. The goal is not to remove ambition. It is to support the system that ambition runs through. Because when your nervous system is regulated, you can think more clearly, you respond rather than react, you sleep more deeply, you enjoy what you are building, and you become more effective, not less. High performance without recovery always has a shelf life, but high performance with regulation can last for decades. So if you take one thing from this episode, let it be this. Do not wait until you crash to start caring about your nervous system. Start paying attention when you feel just slightly off, slightly wired, slightly flat, slightly overloaded. Small adjustments made early prevent big corrections later. If this episode resonated, just notice your own state today. Don't judge it, just notice it. Awareness is always the first step back to steadiness. If this episode resonated, it's usually a sign that your nervous system isn't asking for more effort, it's asking for more capacity. That's exactly why I created the High Performer Scorecard. It helps you see where your energy, recovery, and nervous system capacity might be under strain, so you can rebuild performance in a way that actually lasts. You can find the scorecard through the links in the show notes. And if you found this helpful, share it with someone else who carries a lot but rarely slows down. I'll see you in the next episode.